Have you ever wondered, what does a life and business coach do? I know a few things about that. I'm going to share with you some powerful ideas in this video today to answer that question. If you've ever thought about becoming a coach or using coaching tools to lead or guide your team, then you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you will get some powerful ideas that will help you to wrap your head around what it might take for you to take that next step to become a life or business coach. First of all, I'll give you a little context about why I know some things about this. I'm Dr. Paul Jenkins. I'm a professional psychologist with a PhD in clinical psychology. For the first 15 years or so of my career, I did traditional psychotherapy. And then I made a big shift in my career over to personal and professional development coaching. In the more recent years, I've also developed training and mentoring programs to certify and support other life and business coaches. That's why I know a few things about the industry. A coach helps people to think more intentionally and to take action on those productive thoughts. So life and business coaches don't tell people what to do. In fact, I explain to my clients often that I'm not here to tell you how to think. I don't have that kind of authority. I do want you to see that you are thinking and that your thinking matters. One of the primary premises of coaching is the circumstances are neutral. Now, when I say circumstances are neutral, I do not mean that they are easy or painless. In fact, sometimes they are very difficult and painful. When I say circumstances are neutral, I mean it is what it is. Now, that phrase can be a little annoying depending on who's saying it and why. But all it means for today's conversation is where you are, what you have, who you're with, the way things are without changing anything. It is what it is. Now let's take an example of a leader. Many of the coaches that I train are coming from a position of having a team. Maybe they're in a direct sales or network marketing environment, for example, and they've got a downline of people that they are leading and trying to inspire. Well, everyone on their team has a story about what's going on in their part of their home-based business and what they think matters. For example, one member of their team might be thinking, I'm not very good at this. I don't have what it takes to consult with other moms about the cosmetics that we're selling or whatever. That's just an example. The story is the important part. I'm not very good at this. Well, is that true? See, a coach is not there to tell somebody how to think. A coach is there to help somebody see that they are thinking and that that thinking makes a difference. So that particular person on the team, how is she doing at her home-based business? Well, that's a trick question because the only good answer is, it is what it is. She's doing exactly as she is doing. Now, could that be better? Obviously. Could it be worse? Obviously. So notice this. Whatever our circumstances are, this is what I was getting at. Circumstances are neutral. Whatever our circumstances are, they could always be better. Is that true? Now, don't take my word for it. Check and see. And it could always be worse, right? So here we are between better and worse. And I'm not saying you should judge it one way or another. I'm just saying that you do. Notice that. Awareness precedes choice. So to answer the question, what do life and business coaches do? I'm showing you what they do. We illuminate the obvious. But there are obvious things that are completely unnoticed until they're called to your attention. Like your shoes. Can you feel them? If you're wearing shoes, you can now. Could you feel them just before I said something? Well, technically, your neurology works, but you don't notice it until it's called to your attention. That's what coaches do. I want to make a little note here too. When we're talking life and business coaching, sometimes, like if you wanted to become a coach, you might get this question from someone. Well, are you ICF certified? Now, ICF is the International Coaching Federation, and they provide a certification for life coaches. Most coaches on the planet are not certified by any specific body or entity. I really enjoy watching the Utah Jazz. They're my favorite NBA team, and their coach, Will Hardy, is not, as far as I know, ICF certified. But he's one of the best coaches in the NBA. Why? He doesn't need a certification from an organization that has nothing to do with the skill set that he is coaching them on. I want you, if you're considering coaching your team, or if you feel called to that in some way, what certification do you need? Well, it depends on the specific skill set that you are training or coaching. And so if you're coaching tennis, you don't need a life coach certification. If you're coaching a specific business skill, you don't need to have a certification as a tennis coach. So I think I've made the point there. Sometimes we think a certification is what qualifies someone. That's not it. It's your knowledge of a specific skill set and then the ability to help someone see the things that they're missing already, to illuminate the obvious, not to tell them how to think, but to show them that they are, and then how their thought processes apply to whatever specific skill set you're trying to help coach them through. Have you ever helped someone work through a difficult problem? In fact, put it in the comments if you can think of an example of when you showed up as a life or business coach. And you may or may not have had that title, or may not have even thought of it as doing that. But share it in the comments if you've done something along those lines. I'm guessing it's more common than you thought. Now let's do a little disclaimer, because you don't have to have your whole life figured out in order to be a life or business coach. This comes back to what I just said about a specific skill set. You already have enough knowledge and experience to coach someone through something that you have already done. Now, do you have to have everything figured out? No. And I tell some of the coaches that I train, you don't have to be the expert. You have to be an expert. Okay, do you hear the difference? You don't have to be the expert. You need to be an expert in whatever it is that you can coach people to do. Whether you're helping a teammate or someone that you supervise or someone in your family or even a friend who's going through a difficult time, we have to have ways to avoid getting sucked into their problems. One of the things that I coach the coaches about, and coaches need coaches, by the way. I invest heavily in my own coaching because I feel a responsibility to you, to the people that I am coaching, to make sure that I am addressing my own narratives and stories. And when you're inside of your own head, it's hard to see it. That's what the value of coaching is. We have to have ways of taking care of ourselves. So I remember at one of our retreats, I had a group of maybe 9 or 10 high-level leadership women who were coaching, adding coaching to their menu of services that they can offer their team. There was a big pool at this property where we were having the retreat. And so we had our morning meditation and yoga session, and then I would always just jump in the pool right after the yoga session that we did. Just jump in the pool. And we took that on as a metaphor of not getting into the pool with our clients. See, our clients or the people on our team might be swimming around in this narrative that they're not good enough, or that they can't do this, or their brain doesn't work that way, whatever it is they're swimming in. We don't want to jump in the pool with them. And sometimes our clients give us such a compelling story about that. It's almost like they're trying to convince us that, no, this really is the way it is for me. It's just a narrative. Getting in the pool with them represents, oh yeah, your life does suck, doesn't it? And giving them validation instead of coaching. Now, validation is something that a lot of people think they want. Validation, the short version of what validation is saying, you're right, okay? And people are always right about how they feel. But their narrative, the story that creates that feeling, can be way off from what's actually true. So we don't want to jump in the pool with our clients. That means we get to take care of ourselves. We get to have our own coaching in a way that allows us to look at our own thinking, our own narratives in a more clear way. So you can tell I get excited about this because this is really near and dear to my heart. I am a coach's coach. At this phase in my career, it's all about helping and supporting and certifying other life and business coaches to go make a powerful impact in the world. And I've put together a gift for you. Those who stopped watching 1 minute in wouldn't be interested in this, but I think it's for you. Go to the URL on the screen, drpauljenkins.com/powerpack. Let me tell you what I'm sending you. I put this together just a few months ago as a tool, as a resource for those who feel called to become a coach or to add coaching skills and services to the way that they lead their teams. This is for you. It's the Life Coach Power Pack. And in that, you will find some powerful resources to just get you thinking a little differently, to get you thinking like a coach. And there's more resources where that came from. This one is completely free, drpauljenkins.com/powerpack. Go grab it. You're welcome.